Paul George is out there with Lou Williams. Then there's Harrell, and it's Leonard in at the 3. And so off the...
Doesn't matter whether his team is winning or losing. He always gives 100%. And the other thing about him, and I think this is why he's worked so much better in Boston, he's great without the basketball.
Yes, I think the argument for Kemba is he's always had to be on a team where he's the best player. When he becomes the second best player I think that's when he becomes on a championship team. Because a guy like him being your second best player, that's an incredible team.
Here's Jackson. 9 points last game, and it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. Now, here's Cobb, guarded by Jackson. Taylor kicks to Williams. Cantor, the pass to Taylor. In the corner, Tatum with it. 4 on the clock. Over Beverly. No good there. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
Yeah, and in that game, you see how they built out this roster, acquiring role players who can step up when needed.
And a strong bench gives you the flexibility to bring someone in and exploit a certain matchup.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Los Angeles shooting their first free throw of the evening.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And so it's Taylor who brings the ball up for the Celtics. They trail by 1. And the Player of the Week winners being announced recently, and Junior Gregg taking the honors for the first time in his career.
And it's no surprise, as Junior was simply magnificent this week, completely carried his team to victories, and he gets some well-deserved recognition.
I'll tell you, he doesn't give points away. Excellent job from the line.
The pass to Shamet. And denied. He sends it right off the glass.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
And these are his second and third free throws tonight.
And 74%, so-so. He probably wouldn't mind seeing it a little bit higher.
For the players, NBA contracts are guaranteed, but we also see performance incentives. I'm sure that's got to be a motivator, right, with those incentives in that contract.
If that motivates you to play, then something's wrong with you, an incentive.
Because you should love it.
Because the guaranteedness of being there and the wanting to win should motivate you more than anything else.
And honestly, most guys, and this sounds crazy, but they don't really know all the language in the contract. They just know it's got a G at the end of it. It's guaranteed. Because, you really don't think about that stuff, and you sure as heck don't think about it in the heat of the battle. And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard. And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Here's Leonard. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Leonard's got 6. Taylor against Beverly. Shamet with the steal. And now the Clippers on the break. Pass to Beverly. 1:35 left in the first quarter. And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
He was too aggressive. That's already his second foul. We haven't even gotten out of the first quarter.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Poirier's checked in, and Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Tatum.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
Here's Cobb. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. Shamet, the three-pointer, no good. Last game for the Celtics, they pick up the win against the Suns. The shot by Taylor, no good. And now running up the court, Leonard pushing it up. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Excellent D from Cantor. Boston's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Now, here's Zubac. 9 points last game. 35 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Jackson down low. Launches a three. Taylor with the rebound. Boston trailing. Oh, and the dunk by Taylor. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
Leonard looking over the floor. And that one, good.
The origin of Leonard's game, one of the toughest wings to guard in the painted area.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. The Clippers on top. They lead by 1. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated all the...
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder. Everybody...
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well-balanced. This team lives it.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
And they have the guys to do it. Play to your strengths, and they can make up for some of your weaknesses.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. They've got Cobb. He's out there with Junior. And it's Poirier in at the 5, down low. Kenny, as a former point guard, how would you construct the perfect shooting guard to complement your game?
My game?
Yep.
Oh, all you got to do is be on the floor, baby. Yeah, you're going to be
Let
good.
it happen.
You're
Just
gonna
let
be
it
good.
happen.
Let it happen. Now, for me, I love guys with a high energy guys. So that's why I love playing with running backs. Just guys that had high batteries, because at times I would kind of get too cerebral in the game. And then he would pull me up and just make me emotional in the game. So I like
Become
guys
a dog,
like that.
right?
Just get emotionally in the game
Right,
instead of
right.
reading the situation and this guy's over. No. Just play hard.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because my guys, John Starks is the same exact way. He was just a great competitor. Like, the moment never got too big because he always felt like I shouldn't even be here.
Yeah.
Here's Zubac. Leonard trying to break free. No good from Zubac.
What a defensive play. Gets the stop and does it without fouling.
Makes it off the glass. And now a 5-point Celtic lead.
Just carving up the D on the drive. Cobb, love when he takes the initiative and capitalizes.
And the Clippers call time here.
And just trying to get some traction offensively. Boy, it hasn't been pretty.
You know, this is a good time to maybe switch up your strategy a little bit. You can't keep doing what you're doing and expect a different result.
And the Clippers making a change here. Morris is checked in. And the Celtics also making a change. Green, he's checked in for Cobb. Jackson kicks to Morris. Los Angeles with another miss.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. The Celtics have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts. The first free throw is good. George is checked in for Patrick Beverley. And Taylor drops them both. Clippers trail by 7. Now George, 17 points for him last game against Oklahoma City.
And he really made an impact defensively. His 4 steals were huge.
The Clippers have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any. That free throw good from George. And we heard about market size mattering less to players these days, guys. But then we see summers where all the big free agents go to Los Angeles or New York. So, Kenny, which is it?
Well, there's 2 aspects of it. There's endorsements and then there's quality of life. In the small markets, catching fire on the marketing front is sometimes much more difficult, but there could be a better quality of life. In a big city, you could be marketed, and then all of a sudden you start losing, and then the quality of life goes down.
Yeah, and the reality is the fact that when we played, there was only a couple games a week on national television. Now every game that every NBA team plays is on national television. The impact of social media, they're just, you can be a superstar in a small market today. Doesn't matter. Look at Giannis. You look at Durant and OKC, Westbrook. You can be as big a star in any market in today's game.
Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Landry Shamet. Daniel Tice is checked in for the Celtics. And George, here we go. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
As an elite athlete, George is so agile, so smooth. It's a pleasure to watch him play this game.
Here's Taylor, and Taylor with the stuff.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Outside, George. Morris looking over the floor. And it's Harrell at the elbow. To the middle. That one's in there. The Boston lead is cut down to 6, and the bucket from Jackson.
And we're seeing more of this from Jackson. Under heavy fire, attacking inside.
Jackson comes over with the double. Pass to Wanamaker. Taylor with the ball. He had a career game last time out. Bucket after bucket.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
The Celtics haven't made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Lou Williams is checked in for Los Angeles. And a change for the Celtics. Walker's checked in for Brad Wanamaker. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yeah, and of course, Marcus with a twin brother, Markieff, went to college together, played in the pros together. You'll have a hard time finding a closer pair of siblings.
Second chance points. That helps an offense, Kenny. It's an easy way to get some scoring. Which players do the best job of keeping possessions alive for the chance to get the second chance?
Second chance points, I would say Drummond, Steven Adams, and Cantor. Those are guys who are great offensive rebounders, and they get it done.
Don't forget Montrezl Harrell is another guy that's doing a great job.
I can't believe that went in, and I don't think he can either.
Lets it fly. That one a little long. Last game for Boston, they picked up the W against the Suns in Phoenix.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in. It was right on the money.
They knew that the arena would be rocking. And if they could execute well on the offensive end, they knew they could quiet down this hostile crowd.
Boston making a switch here. Tatum's checked in.
And getting to the line and hitting your free throws, a good way to get back into the game. It stops the clock and extends the game and allows you the opportunity to set your defense. They've been perfect from the line so far here in the second quarter.
Green, no luck. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 4-point game. With the floater, he takes it up and lays it in. Williams has got his second bucket of the night.
Going teardrop, Lou Williams, pulling out all the moves. He's got them.
Here's Walker, and he uses the glass on the layup. And the Celtics lead by 4.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Williams passes to George. Releases, but they recover it. And that one drops. Morris has got 6 in the quarter.
Terrific score there off the miss by Morris. Doesn't get a ton of offensive rebounds, but making that one count.
Tice, no good.
This is the shot you want right at the rim. He just couldn't deliver.
Jackson dishes to George. The feed to Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
We know George can beat you with the pass, has great vision and great court sense.
The Celtics have gone 7 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. Tice passes to Taylor. Kenny, you watched the NBA for so long. What are some things you find that make successful front offices in this league?
You can't be lazy. You got to get on the road.
Guys aren't lazy.
There's some guys there, I'm telling you. You can't be lazy. You got to be on that road. You have to understand. It's easy to see kids at Duke, North Carolina, Kentucky. But have you gone to Europe yourself as a general manager? Have you gone in the mid-major level and been at games when there's only 1,500 in the stands, but there's Paul George playing? Yeah. Like, have you found him? That's not lazy.
And the thing, he's calling lazy, honestly, is being complacent. And the other thing you got to be, quite frankly, you got to get lucky. You got to get a Kawhi. And you got to get a Giannis, or you got to get a superstar caliber player that allows you to build around. Otherwise, man, it's going to be a challenge.
Tatum's shot is off. Los Angeles leading by 3. Williams from outside. Green with the rebound. Outside, Walker to the inside. Here's Taylor. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one on George. The first one falls. And some changes here for the Celtics. Robert Williams, he's checked in for Daniel Tice. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Green. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And here is Harrell. He's coming off a 10-point game against Oklahoma City.
And it wasn't just the points. He brought hustle, he brought energy, and he brought it on the glass.
The Clippers shooting at just about an even 40% from the field for the second quarter. Nobody near George. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Walker with it. Williams picks him up. Here's Taylor. No good on the 3. The Clippers in the lead. George looking around. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Love the toughness from George there. Able to draw the contact, and thanks to how assertive he is inside.
That free throw good from George. Tie game in Los Angeles. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the... And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Look for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Harrell. Patrick Beverly comes in for Leonard. And it's Jackson in for Lou Williams. Then for the Celtics, Cantor is checked in for Tatum. And Taylor subbed in for Green. Cantor against George. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. He's got free throw attempts number 4 and 5 here.
Shooting for Los Angeles.
And he makes the first.
Zubac. Taking 2 shots.
He doesn't get the second one. Here's Boston now. They're on a 14-6 run. Paul George is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Patrick Beverly. And it's Zubac in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Smart against George. On the wing, Morris. Now, here's Zubac. D right on him.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face. And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
It sends a message that we're going to be aggressive no matter who's taking the shot.
It'll go. The Boston lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Jackson.
You love the balance from Reggie Jackson, generating more in the catch and shoot.
Taylor passes to Cantor. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Here's Zubac. He has 6. Here's George. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 6 assists in the game. Walker against Jackson. Walker's shot is off. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. Los Angeles making a switch here. Shamet's checked in. Jackson against Walker. Over Jackson. Boston, no good that time either. Clippers trail by 5. From down in the low post, it goes. Jackson's got 7 points.
The developing feel Reggie Jackson has for scoring inside, playing much more under control these days.
Taylor passes to Canner, and Canner throws it down.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
It's a backbreaker for your defense, giving up easy buckets like that.
Cobb, checked in for Boston.
And, you know, Canner can dominate on the court, but his real passion may be pro wrestling. He even held a pro title belt for a little while. He's a big, strong fella. I know I wouldn't want to be in the ring with him.
Jackson passes to Zubac, and it's denied.
The struggle is real. He's been way off with his shot all evening long.
Here's Smart. Boston, no good that time either.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Go ahead, Beverly. Shoot your shot. He's good at playing to his strengths on the offensive end.
Taylor taking his time here. Free throw line jump shot. Here's Cobb. Goes back up. And Tice finishes inside. 7 points in the game.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Zubac finds Jackson. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. To the paint. No good. Shot missing. And the Celtics going the other way now. Smart on the wing. Pass to Cobb. Back to Smart. He feeds it to Taylor. They get it back. The pass to Canner. They shoot again. And the rejection by Zubac. Inside. Over in the corner, Beverly. With the teardrop. Count it. And he'll have a chance for a three-point play. That one on Smart.
What crafty play from Beverly. Slips the shot in and ensures good contact for the foul.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Poirier's checked in. And it's Robert Williams in for Daniel Tice. And Zubac picks up the foul. That's it for him. He's fouled out. Now we'll go to the line for 2.
And he has to take that long, slow walk back to the bench here. He'll watch the rest of this one from the sideline.
And the Clippers making a change here. Harrell's checked in, and that's good as he hits both of his shots. Clippers trail by 4. Now here's Beverly. Taylor with a rebound. Taylor's got 6 rebounds in the game. Cobb in the corner. Drills the three-pointer. Cobb's got 15 points.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Here's Jackson. Passes it to Beverly from downtown. Hits it from three-point range. Beverly's got 9 points now in just the second half.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Taylor against Beverly, and the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant 1 there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on it.
Greg, I agree. He better be on his best behavior from now on. 1 more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here. A different look for the Clippers. Leonard comes in for Landry Shamet. Lou Williams is subbed in for Jackson. Taylor against Leonard. Over to the wing. Puts up a three. Outside, Taylor. Here's Cobb. Again, the miss by the Celtics. And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Trailing by 5. Here's Harrell. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Harrell's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Getting hit on the way up, the ability to finish in traffic might be Harrell's strongest attribute offensively.
The shot by Taylor, no good. Los Angeles has gone downtown a lot since halftime. They've missed 5 of their 9 attempts out there. Beverly dishes to Harrell. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Few guys play with Harrell's level of energy, and that gets him to the line with some.
And every year, Kawhi plays at the highest level. A top-tier player who possesses a real competitive fire.
Celtics trail by 4. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
On the floor for Boston, we've got Green. Taylor is out there with Marcus Smart. Then it's Tatum, and it's Tice in at the center. Pass to Morris. George with the ball. Now guarded by Tatum. It's stolen by Green. To tie it up. And Tatum the bucket on the assist by Green. Green's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And with that length, Tatum able to rise above defenders to knock down his jumper.
Here's Leonard. And he comes up with the deuce. Leonard's got 6 here in this quarter.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
It's the 4th quarter, and it's a close game. You want to get the ball to someone you can rely on.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the 4th quarter. Williams. The teardrop falls in. Williams has got the lead up to 4 now for the Clippers.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches. I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Free throw good, Taylor.
Shooting for Boston, Taylor.
And Taylor drops them both. For Los Angeles, they've gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. Pass to Leonard. Over Green. Misses off the right iron. Boston shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. Leonard against Taylor. Down low. Tatum no good.
I mean, he's staying aggressive, trying to regain his touch, but right now, he's hurting the team. You know, as ice cold as he was in the first half, that's how hot he has been since the break. No one can match up with him right now.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. Without question, George displaying his skills today.
Good decision to regather, talk it over. Your main concern now is how to slow this guy down on the offensive end.
And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Paul George.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
The Clippers have gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the 4th, right around 46-47%. Now Harrell. He dishes it to George. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
The key asset is one of the biggest trade packages in NBA history. When George feels 100% physically, he's absolutely worth it.
Here's Taylor, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the foul called on Los Angeles. First one falls for him. And Taylor drops them both. Clippers leading by 3. And George kicks to Leonard. Over Green. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Taylor attacking, and the pass to Tice. On the wing, Green, Taylor, and Taylor with the stuff.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
It's a tight contest. Those type of plays can fire up your team and swing momentum.
Here's Leonard. And the Clippers miss again.
Coming out of halftime, he wanted to start strong, yet the opposite happened.
Taylor passes to Tatum. They kick it out to Green. The Celtics working the ball around now. Right side, Tatum. Shot clock at 6. To take the lead. Misses off the left iron. The Clippers in the lead. The 3 from George. But they'll get another chance. Here's Leonard over Taylor. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
With Kawhi, you love his talent, but just as important, you love the basketball IQ and work ethic.
Now a timeout called by Boston. And with the fourth quarter push coming up here, the coach going over the game plan and these players rehydrating themselves with Gatorade, recharging their bodies, refocusing their minds, and getting that strategy down to close out the game. And so it's Taylor who brings the ball up for the Celtics. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Kawhi Leonard. Free throw good, Taylor.
Taylor taking 2 shots.
And so he makes both from the line. LA has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Williams against Taylor. Teardrop shot. It's blocked, and he gets it back. Boston trailing. Smart dishes to Taylor. Outside Tatum. Back to Taylor to tie it up. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Williams has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Over Tice. Williams can't get it to go. The Celtics shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. The game now all-time.
For a guy who's still working on his range, love to see Smart attacking on the interior.
Smart against George. Rebounded by the Celtics. Tatum's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Taylor kicks to Green. Taylor with the ball. It's good, and they get the go-ahead bucket. Taylor's got 41.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Let him decide whether to shoot it, whether to pass it. He's your catalyst right now.
George, that's a 2-pointer. The rebound by the Celtics.
He had it rolling and then lost it for some reason. Let's see if he can get it back while it still matters.
Passes it to Tice. And here's Tatum for 3. Morris with the rebound.
At some point, when you recognize someone's this out of rhythm, you have to shift to something else. He lives for moments like this because he wants to be the guy to hit the clutch shot.
Well, the Celtics shooting about 45% from the 4 in the fourth. And here is Taylor. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. Los Angeles making a switch here. Kevin Gelly's checked in. So the first one drops, and that ties the game up. And so both free throws good that time, and that puts him ahead.
No doubt about those free throws. This is why you put the ball in his hands.
And the Clippers call time here. They're down by 1. There's 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Doc Rivers talking with his team. He told them we've got to make the most of every chance right now. This is a winnable game, but we've got to make plays. Guys, we'll see if they can come back.
Feeds to George. Over Smart. It falls!
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Got a piece of it. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession.
Oh my goodness, he's kicking himself. You know, that's a critical time to commit a turnover.
So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. Now for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for